Happy 2016, guys. I hope you all completed your 2015 New Year's resolutions. Now, last year I made the resolution to read 20 books and I actually read 27. So I set my goal a little bit higher to read 30. So I actually read 33 books this year, which I am really proud of because I've moved 5 times. I lived in 3 different states. I went through several actually traumatic events. I just had a lot of moments where I could not find the time to read. Regardless of whatever happened in 2015, I had an amazing year of reading. I wanted to share with you all the books that I read because they're all worth reading, and maybe if you're looking for something to read, you can take my recommendation. That I have loved every single book that I read this year except for one. I didn't like The Luckiest Girl Alive, but here are my top 5 that I just thought were beyond brilliant and new and unique, and the 5 that I think you should absolutely read. Belzhar. It was recommended to me by my best friend Daniel, and we have such similar tastes, so I knew that I was really going to enjoy it even before I picked it up. It follows a group of students who are put into like this secretive, exclusive English class while they're away at boarding school, which is a school for teenagers who have been through traumatic events, have mental illness, just cannot cope correctly. And they're given a journal and the assignment to write in this journal. And something brilliant happens when they write in this journal. They get sent to another world. They call it Belzhar, which is play on words of Belzhar. It was a really good mixture of heartbreaking and heartwarming, if that makes any sense. I liked it a lot. Silver Linings Playbook. The movie is really great. The book is always better, but this was surprisingly a lot better. It's very intense, and I think anyone who has dealt with mental illness, anxiety, or knows somebody who has dealt with it can really relate to these characters, even more so than just watching the movie. Even if you're not a reader, if you liked the movie, you should read it because it went by like that. Ready Player One. It's a book I would never even think of reading, but it was recommended to me, and so I decided to take the chance and see if it was worth my time. It was. It's a sci-fi novel that deals with video games and 80s pop culture and lots of fighting in a virtual reality and in real life. I couldn't really get into it at first, but once I was about halfway through, I literally could not put it down. I stayed up for hours. I stayed up all night just to finish it. Yeah, I wanted to reread the whole book over again. The characters are amazing. Ernest Cline puts you right into the world that he creates. Like, you were there. You can see it. It's based in the future, but it's 2044, and it's how people basically live in a virtual reality that he calls the Oasis. So it's really nostalgic, but it's also like super intense, and the characters, you really connect with them and feel for them. You really want them to succeed. Like, you're rooting for them. Steven Spielberg is actually making a movie from the book. I'm really excited to see how he brings the world of the Oasis onto the big screen, and I think it'll be a really big hit. Ooh, Grasshopper Jungle. So this one was recommended to me by my friend Dan Davis. The only thing that he said to me was that the book was narrated by a bisexual teenage boy and had 6-foot tall, unstoppable praying mantis soldiers. That was it. you need to read this book. It's crazy, it's hilarious and weird and even more weird after it's already weird. It's crazy from the beginning to the end. I think that it was my favorite book of 2015 and it was just so weird. It's awesome and give it a try. Grasshopper Jungle, 2 thumbs up. My last favorite book of the year is actually Bad Feminist, which is a book of essays that follow Roxane Gay's journey through her womanhood, women in our culture, and what it's like to be a woman. It's funny, insightful, it's very well written, it's empowering and educational. I learned so much in this book. I learned how women are perceived, the struggles that every woman goes through, and where we stand when it really comes to both sexes being equal. There's a lot of things that need to still be done, a lot of things that need to change, and we're on our way to doing those things. Educate yourselves. Feminist is not a bad word. Roxane Gay did a fantastic job, and I'm really glad that I picked up the book. It's been an amazing year of books. This year I will set my goal to read 40 books. I like to also try to expand the kind of books I read. I like to try to read more educational books, science fiction, which is a genre that I did not know that I liked. After reading Ready Player One and Grasshopper Jungle, I'm super into it. And I'd also like to read a lot more nonfiction. I've always liked memoirs, but I'm gonna try to expand that into just other things. I can't wait to see what kind of books I'll pick up in 2016, and I hope whatever resolutions that you set for yourself, you succeed with it, because it's fun. Alright, have a great year, guys.